Yeah, thank you all. I've been listening to everybody, and um, like I feel that too bad I'm not 11 or something, because I would love to be in our school. And we have some questions already that people who are watching us are asking, but I just want really very quickly to recap what we've been talking about and how our school is structured, and maybe then also Adoka and Anna can help me with that a little bit. So, it's we try to meet on the East Coast because majority of our students are from East Coast, but everybody can travel. And then one of our sessions is happens in France, which just we've been to just 2 weeks ago. And in between, we have online sessions, same groups, same. Basically, it's live. It's kids get up in the morning and go to school, even though it's online. As we said, boarding part about 2.5, 3 weeks each time. Kids have classes. Then they get under the wing of the counselors and do a lot of different activities that sometimes are tied to the educational process or sometimes not, just fun and games. But it's also about building the relationships and connections, everything that everybody actually touched upon, because it is important. And we do field trips and so on, and a lot of things that can be done only in person and cannot be done online or cannot be done easily, especially with science projects and STEM. And then we go for online. Again, every day there are classes, but small groups. We have on average 4-to-1 ratio in terms of students to teachers. That allows to do a lot of, well, basically really personalized, very focused learning for each and every one who is with us. Curriculum. We are looking very much in the global environment. We live in the global environment. We want to give kids, through the way our curriculum is structured, the view of global history, literature, sciences, languages. So they have, no matter where they live, which state they live, or sometimes a different country they live in, they have this worldwide view of the world, well, worldwide. We talked a lot about personalization, and we will answer all the particular questions that we are getting in. And again, as I think it's very important, what our school is doing is that no matter where you are, how you learn, how fast you learn, what you learned so far, we can find a path for you within our roles. We can find a way for a child to be interested and engaged and excel. And we do not have a limit to that. So if the child is excelling and progressing faster than anybody else, we'll find a way to support that. Again, we talked about our student, who they are. They're gifted in different ways and have high abilities in a variety of subjects. They can be twice exceptional, multi-exceptional, or traveling or relocating families. Also, we have students like that because our students can live anywhere. Online, you can be anywhere, and then you come in and you travel to the site of in-person session from anywhere. So wherever you live, we're the school for you. Also, we have some children who are transitioning from homeschooling, and that's a challenge on its own. But again, our structure allows that transition to be very smooth. Whether later on parents and children are looking to go into a regular setting, high school, or any other, we are preparing them for that. So we have basically this individual catering kind of educational approach. So I think we all feel very, very proud about it. And just touching on some important information also, which I think we need to talk about, is admissions. Right now, the admissions are going on. We have actually early admission kind of a discount till the middle of April. So feel free to jump on board right now. The tuition overall is $32,000, but we do have scholarships too, and financial aid. And there's applications for that also on our website. And feel free to schedule appointments with myself or maybe other members of our staff to talk about our school, how we work, if you're thinking about joining us. So I'm going to kind of close on this kind of our main presentation piece, I guess, and then move to the questions. So there was one question about the website, the age of children. So we, for the younger kids, we do have children who joined us when they were 9.5 or around that, so a little bit younger, but that really depends on each child. So we do talk with the child and to assess whether we're a good fit. So maybe you can say yes, even though the child is just 9 years old, we can work with them and provide what they need. Or sometimes we'll say, well, let's wait a year or something like that, or we, recommend something else. But yes, it's starting can be earlier than that, 10, and can be later than 14. So like 14, 15 is fine too. This is kind of on average. So we will consider a younger one. Yes, and I guess, Sean, would you like to take our next question, which is about individual learning? I will read the question, actually, if you don't mind. Does individual learning means that students are working on different assignments in one class? A child who has high ability math would end up solving problems no other child in this class was given. So, yeah, Sean, would you mind answering that?
Not at all. I would say that absolutely the way math lessons and other content lessons are created, there's usually a low floor and almost unlimited ceiling to where the daily or weekly content can go. So it's absolutely possible that a student could be given a math problem or a set of math problems that no one else in the class could solve immediately. That's a pacing issue, and because our class sizes are so small, we are happy to establish and meet the kids where they are and then have them grow. Now, ideally, like when we're on site, if there's a student who is really good at a particular type of math or science or any content, that student would love to share their knowledge with their peers. And that goes back into the community building and the friendship aspect of our small school, which is one of the reasons why it's a gift to teach here. So yes, and because I'm watching 2 to 5 kids and not 30, I can analyze work immediately, even though they're doing different problems. That's a skill that I've been working on as a teacher of 20 plus years.
Yeah, thank you, Sean. And then again, if we see that there's a consistently one child is more advanced than or doing something faster than the rest of the group, then we will change the group for that child eventually. So that's definitely a possibility as well. Yes, thank you. Well, we have a question: where is the school located? Well, and where the students are coming from. Well, we have students coming from all kind of different states. We have a student in Seattle, we have students in Massachusetts, Virginia, Rhode Island,
Florida.
Florida, everywhere. So any state. And we do accommodate for time differences. So the student will not be waking up in Seattle at 5 a.m. to join the rest of the group who has 9 a.m. class. So, and that's why one of the reasons, well, because all the groupings are different, and one child can be in group with one certain number of kids in history and different kids in math. Each schedule is different. So we don't have yet students who have the same schedules throughout the week. The school is in terms of location. So we are renting facilities for our in-person session. So for one location that is the same all the time is our France location. So when we go to France, we're at Chateau Le Sallay. It's a beautiful place. So that's where our French session happens. For our other in-person sessions that happen in the United States, we are renting facilities either in Massachusetts or other East Coast states. At least for now, it's East Coast, but we really are independent of location. So we're trying to rent places that have good accommodations. So in terms of kind of boarding facilities, so our children live maybe two in the room, maybe 3 in the room, usually with private amenities, and great grounds, places to, like the sporting facilities, and places to explore, some places around that are close by for good, that are good for field trips, whether it's museums or some nature phenomena that we're exploring, like caves or something like that. So this year our sessions were in Massachusetts, but next year we might be renting a different facility in Pennsylvania, but we're right now actually surveying the best places for us. We all live together on premises, not together, I mean, like we all there all the time. So and counselors, so sometimes we have a lot of adults on the premises. So we have medical support as well. So that's basically how we work. If anybody actually wants to add anything, we have I see Patricia with us, who's our operational director, who's actually responsible for setting all that up for us. So if you want to add a couple words in terms of locations.
Hi everybody. I just want to add that our location is always great, nice, and kids will enjoy everything. And we usually have a lot of place to walk around, to have some sport and a lot of fresh air, and great classes and great and cozy place to sleep. And of course, good food, and we always accommodate diet restrictions and kids' preferences, and we're asking what they eat normally at home, so they will be happy, and we help them to feel comfort when they're far away from their families and their parents. It's our very important job to do.
Thank you so much.
That's what I want to say.
Thank you. There's a question also about how many classes a day when they're online on average. Well, we have about 4 or 5 days, 4 or 5 classes a day. Usually, basically, we have kind of Monday, Tuesday, and Thursdays are 5 classes usually. On Wednesdays, it's 4 classes, and on Friday we have the STEM class. So it's kind of less classes altogether. So it's 3 classes, but the STEM class is a big class, so there are a lot of things to do. So I usually by 2 or 3 o'clock, well, depending on the time zone, the kids are off. They do have time for lunch and the breaks in between. Usually we try to schedule it in the way that the kid doesn't have more than 3 classes in a row without kind of a break in between. So we paced kind of well. There is obviously some homework. It's not a lot of homework because the classes meet every day, majority of them. So, but still some, but it shouldn't take more than maybe an hour a day maximum of homework, combining all the classes. So yeah, that's how it works majority of the time. I don't know if we have any more questions right now.
I'm seeing another question on Facebook, and I think we can actually answer that. It's
Sure.
What is the difference between Sallay Discovery and Sallay International Academy? And I get how it might be confusing, especially for people Googling just Sallay, and like you never know which one you would fall upon. The basic difference is the locations. Even though both of the schools follow the same system, the same values, and the same idea of what we're doing. The Sallay Academy is a European, Europe-based school, and all the on-site sessions happen in France, and European campuses in France. And Sallay Discovery is a US-based school, and the students go to the on-site sessions, 3 out of 4 on-site sessions, to US locations. And once a year, they have an opportunity to travel to the French location as well. So the teams of teachers are slightly different for both schools. So they're like more US-based, more of a US-based teachers team and more of a European teachers team, though they do overlap sometimes. Say our colleague from Europe sometimes teaches take several classes in European school, and some colleagues from US take classes in the European campus. And generally, the time zones wise, it allows us to have both campuses, so we can accommodate students from all the time zones. And the European and the campus in Europe covers the students with the time zones from, well, Europe and Asia, and the US campus accommodates students from the US time zones. Yeah.
Right, the other side of the globe.
Yep.
And I might just add a little bit more to that. Most all of the subjects are pretty much the same between the European and US campus, but one difference specifically falls in my class, which is US history and US civics. So there is a little bit more focus on US history and civics because we are anticipating more of the discovery students to go to US high schools, and because of that they need a little bit more preparation about US history than say kids who are planning on going to European high schools. So that's just a little bit of the difference in content. However, it's not very vast. It's not like we're spending a whole year on US history. Rather, it's more integrated into the world history framework, as this is something that happened as part of this greater world history. Specifically for this year, though, we did have a few students who were older and wouldn't have the time to go through our entire history content. So that's why we're doing an intensive US civics course just for this last session of the school year. So.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. I'm not sure, Aluka, can you see if there's any more questions on Facebook, or we're...
Not really.
Okay, good. So we're in the clear. Fine. Thank you so much. I know, Anya, maybe you want to say a couple of words to wrap up?
I don't know. I know we've just received one more request from potential students. So definitely, thank you so much for watching this, for coming here, for being with us. We'll be happy to welcome you at both Sallay Discovery or Sallay International Academy. And remember that if you go, when you go to the Discovery School, you will be visiting actual Sallay location in France for 3 weeks. And hopefully you'll enjoy it. And I'll be happy to meet you, or rather probably your kids, in person. So yeah, looking forward to, and thank you so much for being with us today. Sorry, I'm an ear for this tonight, but yeah, today, this morning, right?
Yes, thank you so much, everybody, and I think we are one of the best schools out there. I truly believe that.
For sure.
Yep, absolutely. So come join us, ask questions. We're here to answer. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye-bye.